Good evening. Good evening, all. This is Liz Whitaker of Divination Station Tarot coming at you on Three of Cups Divine Arts. And today I will be going over the sevens of the tarot. So, of course, let me just go ahead and share this out. And we will get going. Okay, so again, as you pop on, please say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're watching. Let me know where you are watching from. And again, just bear with me real quick as I share this out. How is everybody doing today? Awesome. Margie, Brandy, hello. Caitlin. So as you're popping on and saying hello, I do readings at the end of the towards the end. So if you share the broadcast out and comment hashtag shared like Caitlin did, I will make sure you get a card at the end. Awesome, Eric from Lima, Ohio. Lima, Ohio. Conway, Arkansas. Awesome. And Akron. All right, so again, I'm just going to go ahead and share this out a few different places. Awesome, thank you, thank you. So today, again, we're going over the sevens. Awesome, Carmen, thank you. Brandy, Sunshine, how are you? I feel like it's been a minute since I saw you on. All right, and let me just go ahead and get this out to a couple other groups. And I swear, every time you try to do this, Facebook does it differently, so it's super fun. I just want to share it out to my group, and then there we go. So today we're going over the sevens. Last week we talked about that victory of the sixes. Kay and Nina. And today we're going to be going over, again, let me just share this out. There we go. Okay. Good busy. I like it. All right. So sixes were all about victory, kind of overcoming the obstacles, turning around after those difficult fives. I do want to thank you for watching on Three of Cups Divine Arts. If you haven't liked the page yet, please like the page. There's also a group for Three of Cups Divine Arts. If you have not joined the group, feel free to go ahead. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can tag my page here. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and post my page as well. If you haven't liked that, that would be awesome if you did. And go ahead and share the broadcast out. Comment hashtag shared. As always, we're trying to grow our reach organically. And I thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and pin that up top. Okay. So the sevens. Sevens in numerology are all about looking inward and looking towards yourself. Retta, hi. And looking towards yourself. Okay, Walter, so I'm going to go ahead and I do a lesson first. So we're going to be talking about some tarot first, and then I will go ahead and get your card towards the end of the broadcast, and I'm going to write your question down as well, okay? So sevens are all about wisdom, spirituality. It's a turning point. It's risk-taking. It's opening up. It's personal reflection. It's contemplation. So it's kind of all of those things combined. So if you look at the sevens and they come up in a reading, sometimes, hi Adrian, how are ya? Sometimes it can be kind of confusing because the message can seem like it can go either way. Is it positive? Is it negative? It's really all about where we are in that moment and how we're moving forward in that. So first we're going to look at the Seven of Wands. Again, wands are fire. Wands are action, energy. So with the Seven of Wands, we see what at first could be resistance or opposition. But on one hand, it can be tenacity. It can be a strong will. It can be defensive. You have to defend your place. You have to defend where you are putting your energy. And depending on the placement, Tina, hi. And depending on the placement in the spread, it can be, have you come through the battle or are you entering the battle? So again, that's kind of depends on where it is in the reading, what cards are around it. That can really have an indication as where this battle is taking place. He's in that defensive stance. It can also be putting your energy into too many things without resolution. Milagros, how are you? And we can get that because if you look at the card, and this popped out after I'd been reading it forever, he's got two different shoes on, like markedly different shoes. So it's almost like he ran out to fight this battle and didn't even take the time to put the same shoes on. So it's putting your energy into a lot of things and quite possibly missing and kind of going over missing details. So this generally means when I read that you have to defend your stance. You feel like people are criticizing you. You feel like people are coming down on you. So you're defending yourself. And in the Thoth deck, Seven of Wands is valor. So it is true and righteous to stand up for what you believe in. And again, with the wands, we have the Egyptian style heads. We have the wings and the snakes. We have the ibis, or is it Anubis? And then the lotus flower, or the papyrus flower. And here, there's this almost like, it looks like a spine, kind of coming up through the middle. And up there we have Mars. It represents Mars, the planet of war. Yeah, Kay, like he's unprepared. So that's why, sevens are looking inward. Are you prepared for that battle that you're running out to? So this is Leo down here and Mars. So it's a very feisty card. Mars is the planet of war. And Leo is very confident. Leo knows exactly what Leo is doing. So we get valor. And again, that's the Thoth deck. And I decided to pull out a different pip deck to look at. This is the Seven of Wands, and this is the White Sage Tarot. Okay, and I have this in the tin. So this is also a pip deck because it does not have fully illustrated minors. So in this deck, wands are, they will be pussy willows or anything like that. And the ribbons that come through, they have the chakra or energy center correspondence. So this is the Seven of Wands, and you get that same shape. We just don't have the human figure. Okay, and then yellow is going to be that solar plexus chakra. So it's our intuition, right? It's asking us to look at our intuition. Are we putting our energy in the right place? And solar plexus is all about intuition. So in this deck, you're going to see very minimally illustrated, except for the wands and then the ribbon with the color to indicate that energy center. And I wanted to go over use the Mystic Mondays. This deck is it's very vibrant, very uplifting. It's Mystic Mondays. Deck for the Modern Witch. This has been out for a few years. Really nice heavy cardstock. It does have the silvery edges. And this one, it's a little bit more inclusive with its representation of figures. So this one shows a very vibrant red-haired female presenting figure with her wand and kind of coming against those. They look more like energy beams than the actual like wand. They look like just pure energy. And I will say I just watched Brave for like the first time, so that her hair kind of reminds me of her. And I did enjoy Brave. Okay, so that's the Seven of Wands. What are you doing with your energy? Are you being way too quick with it? You're not preparing yourself? Or are you just bracing yourself and standing up for what you believe? And that's kind of the thing with the sevens. It's really going to depend on what's around them. So how do you read them if you're doing like your daily card pulls and you get it as a daily card? Really look at it. This one's going to take a little bit more thinking, meditation, rumination to really pull out the meaning. Sometimes you have to work with the sevens a little bit more. You know, the fives are difficult, but it's pretty straightforward. You know, the sixes feel good, and the sevens can be a little bit difficult. Seven of Cups. And again, this can mean a few different things. Especially the way it's drawn with the Rider-Waite-Smith. Hello. So Birdie, what I'm doing is I'm going through the lesson, and what I'll do is I do one suit at a time. So we just went through sevens, Seven of Wands in 4 different decks. So I like to kind of compare the different decks. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And then we'll do a deck walkthrough of Mystic Mondays, and then we do the readings. Did I bring the... Yeah, okay. So Seven of Cups, it's temptation. It's superficiality. It's enticement. So we see a figure, it's clouded, like in the shadow, and then we see this cloud. And in the cloud, we have these 7 cups with very different contents. And there's, you know, again, different representations of what those could be. Do you see, there we go. Do you see the snake as temptation? Do you see this as, you know, possible relationship? Do you see this as home? Do you see this as riches? Do you see this as leadership and success? You know, do you see this as like the devil, like addiction or dragging you into things, actual temptation? And then we have this up here. And I always kind of call this the Retta. So what I'll do, I have a YouTube channel that these are all on. They're also on 3 of Cups. They're on the Three of Cups page. So if you look at the videos, and I'll make sure that I update the playlist tonight, so they'll all be there. Okay, so you can either find them on the Three of Cups page, or I am posting them also on my YouTube channel, which is Divination Station. And you'll find all of my videos up there. Tina Santangelo, hello. Linda, thank you. So I kind of call this also the Let's Make a Deal card, because you can go with what you want, what you know, right? You can go with the devil you know. And that's saying the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. So you can do that. It can be decoys, a distraction from your true path. So I kind of just had an image of the door knockers and Labyrinth. And Retta, I'll message you afterwards to make sure, you know, you can find them and they're right there, okay? They're kind of trying to confuse Sarah, right? So it kind of reminds me of that. And then one of them always lies, one of us tells the truth. Yep, Tina, towards the end of the broadcast, about 8:45 or so, I do ask that you share the broadcast out. So if you look in the comments, people have hashtag shared, it pops up, and then I get you on my list. It can be choice paralysis. So not only, can it be something that's distracting us from our true path, it can be choice paralysis. Like, I have so many things in front of me, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to pick. It could be daydreams. Your head's in the clouds. You don't really know where your feelings are. Cups are emotions. You don't really know what you're feeling, how you're feeling. Flip side of that, it can be evaluating your experiences. So you can be looking at, okay, I've done all of these things in the past. So now this is where I go now. So it can be that evaluation idea too. So in the Thoth deck, it's called debauch. So it kind of has this weird, kind of like drippy, gooey feel. So debauch. If you are debauching, you are engaging in debauchery. Fun times that may be a little bit inappropriate, a little bit racy. You're doing things outside of the norm. So then, again, this is a bit of a departure from the Rider-Waite-Smith meaning, but is it? So it's temptation, right? We can be tempted by what's in the cups. Maybe it's a champagne fountain. Oh, absolutely. The ultimate ADHD card. What do I pick? Where do I go? Overwhelm. Yeah. And let me get. So this one is, and it kind of it kind of feels swampy to me. And here we have Venus and Mercury. Or not Mercury, Scorpio. So that's where the debauchery comes in. Scorpio's very sensual, very sexual. So's Venus. So they have different ways of expressing it, but when they come together, you get this, it kind of feels like hot and heavy and humid. That kind of feel. And again, here we have the White Sage Tarot. So a little bit different feel. Again, it's one of those pip decks, so you're going to see a very light representation of the suit. And this one is the heart chakra. So we have the green there. So green is emotions, right? It's going to feel, it's our heart. What are we feeling with our heart? And this one has a little bit of that kind of softer feel. And I love this one because this one reminds me of all different kinds of cocktails that you can try. So again, we have the snake, we have the heart, we have the eye, that mysterious crystal in the middle, the sun, the moon, and the rose. So these, to me, it's like putting 7 cocktails in front of you and saying, choose one. And you know they're all delicious. So where do you start? Can you have them all? Should you have them all? And kind of making that choice. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be a very tricky card for a lot of people because it's not really clear what's going on, and it's not really, it comes across as a very negative message. So it looks like someone is sneaking away with swords, which it can be deceit, evasion, betrayal. But if it's coming up in a spread that doesn't make sense, we got to look a little deeper. Sometimes it can absolutely mean someone's trying to get away with something. A lot of modern readers like to assign this as the like illicit sexual affair card. So it's that having an affair and sneaking away and lying to get away with it. Oh, I'll have to look at the tower. It might be because in the Rider-Waite-Smith, there is that castle that's representative of the tower, so it very well could be. And you're never wrong in tarot. So I don't know if I've said that in a little bit, but you are never wrong in tarot. Whatever you see and feel and are pulled to, you're right. So again, this one, it can also be impulsiveness or spontaneity. So if that betrayal doesn't fit, if you're doing a reading and this comes out and it really doesn't make sense, look at the impulsivity of the card. Look at this, how spontaneous the card can be. Can also be trust issues because someone has stolen their swords. Someone steals your swords enough, you're going to not really trust people around your swords. Can also be fleeing from societal norms or the lone wolf. So, the tents here do kind of lend an idea of like an impermanence. He's not running from like his home or the village. He's running from tents. Okay. Thought my cat was going to jump up here. Which one, Victoria? I just noticed it and I've been rambling. So it can definitely be that fleeing the norms of society, striking out on your own, trusting your ability to strike out on your own. So again, if none of those other things really fit and lone wolf is really like popping out, that's what it is. Can also be like little white lies or attention seeking. So if someone's trying to make a big deal out of something, call attention to something, or they're constantly, yes. So when I was doing my research on this one, they pointed that out too. Only stealing the 5 swords and leaving the 2 there. So is he coming back for them? Are those not in his best interest? So there's all of these questions that can come up. Exactly. So there's all of these things in this card. Why is he only stealing 5? Is he going to come back for the others? This card, we can create so many narratives for this illustration. And if you're doing a reading and it's really, because this is one of the cards that I will ask. Okay, I'll ask the client about. Have you been, feeling impulsive lately? And it's not to fish. I don't ask to fish. But if I know it's not deception or evasion, can be the impulsivity or the lone wolf. And sometimes they're very difficult to discern. Sometimes it's hard to know which is which. And sometimes the client doesn't even know. It's trickiness or cleverness. Someone's trying to be clever. Someone's trying to be sneaky and clever. I would say this is the one I have trouble with because it's one I have the most difficulty recalling the image. Pretty much at any point in time, if you ask me to describe a tarot card, Rider-Waite-Smith tarot card, I can do it. But for some reason, the Seven of Swords is one that always kind of eludes me. And I think that's kind of interesting, just the meaning of the card. It's one I have to sit there and think about. Okay, what is that? So something about the sevens can be a little bit tricky. And in the Thoth deck, it's futility, uselessness. So we kind of look at it as, there we go. You know, we have all of these swords. And if you look closely, you know, they have the planetary symbols on them with the moon at the top. So the moon and Aquarius. So moon is very, very sensitive and very intuitive. And Aquarius is very unique. So we get that lone wolf feeling from there too. But it's just the kind of pointlessness in deception, right? It never really works out well. And you have, you know, down here, the sun at the top, or the moon at the top, the sun at the bottom. So that's the Thoth card, and that is futility. And here we have that kind of same idea, the one coming down with 3 on either side coming at that. And again, this is the solar plexus area. So it's taking action towards your truth. And here we have that same, this feels more like deception to me because she's actually hiding the sword behind her and still kind of surrounded by the other ones. Okay, and that's the Mystic Mondays. Seven of Pentacles. He's also got 2 different colored shoes on. And this one's about patience and taking your time. So this one, it's almost like he's so wrapped up in what he's doing that he didn't even pay attention to the shoes he was putting on. So where the 5 of Wands was very impetuous and very quick, this one is like, that wasn't even important to him. He just threw a couple on. This one is all about promotion and harvest. He's planted his seeds. He's planted his garden. Remember, pentacles are the earth elements. Yep, smoke and mirrors, exactly. So with the earth element, did you plant the right thing in the right place this year? Did you, because sometimes, you know, you plant the wrong thing. There's a blight that kills all of your tomatoes, or it's too wet for whatever to grow, or there's a frost, you know, and it kills everything that you put in early. Jennifer, right? It's kind of one of those things that's why, you know, this deck is really awesome to read with, because different things are going to pop out pretty much forever. It's harvest. It's also fiscal responsibility. Are you putting your monetary resources in the right places? Are you putting them to work for you? Evaluating. He looks like he's waiting very patiently. Evaluating your work. It can be devotion to your work. Some of the interpretations can be workaholic. Are you putting too much time into your work and not enough, you know, the work-life balance? This past full moon for me, I did a talk and it brought up work-life balance. because it was a Capricorn full moon in Cancer season. So Capricorn wants to work. Cancer wants to stay home. So are you, where is that work-life balance? Is that work-life balance working for you? So kind of looking into that. Are you putting your resources into the right place? And here's kind of where that weird duality comes in. Is he satisfied or is he frustrated? Is he resting or is he anxious? And those are things that are going to come out differently in different ways when you read them. Sometimes it's a very patient energy. And sometimes it's more frustrated. Like this one over here didn't grow. So it's focusing on, this one that didn't grow. And wondering what you did different. Okay. They are more similar to the other one, but they're just different colors. Yeah. And again, it's all about what hits you in that moment and what your interpretation is. And that's one of the wonderful things about tarot. So again, is he resting or is he anxious? Oh my God. Guys, I have one more week till I can get my hair done, okay? I'm sorry to complain about this, but do you see this? I was just going through some of the other videos, and 3 months ago, it was freshly blonde, and I miss it. So, anyway, sorry. Next week I will have new hair. Okay. So here in the Thoth deck, we have failure. And I was looking and seeing what's on the coins there. So one of them looks like the silhouette of a helmet, and the other one is the bull. So I'm just kind of trying to show that there. We have Saturn up at the top, so it's represented by Saturn. And Taurus. So that earthy Taurus energy. So this is failure. And it does look dead. It looks like it's in the dark because it has these like blues and the black. So it almost looks like these plants just didn't get enough sunlight. And Saturn has that idea of karma. And how are things working out? What did you put in and what are you getting out? So that's very, very Saturn feels. And Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles look like sand dollars. So this one's a little gentler than the failure card, right? It has the same positions, but it looks a little bit nicer. And again, we have the heart center. And that's the White Sage Tarot. And then Seven of Pentacles in the Mystic Mondays. This really gets the idea of tending to your crops, tending to your investments. And she's watering the palm tree, and it's flowering, fruiting. It has those. So she's, for all intents and purposes, done her job. She's done the thing. She's there. Yeah. And that, can definitely resonate during a reading too. So exactly, Rada. You're never wrong in tarot. So whatever is kind of coming across to you, that's exactly what, and when you guys are reading, if you do readings for others, whatever comes across your head to say it. Even if it feels like weird, even if it feels like it's not right, it's going to be right. That's just how your intuition works. Go with that first thing. Okay. So now we'll do a little bit of a walkthrough for the Mystic Mondays. Again, it's in a really nice kind of tuck box here. We have some holographic detail. And again, the cards have that super like holographic shine. There we go. There we go. Holographic edges. Oh, and the tower's right here. So this is the tower. So it does have the same colors as the crystal in the Seven of Cups. So this has very like geometric shapes and colors to get the ideas across. You know, Ace of Pentacles. You get the same idea, but in a totally different way. You know, Four of Cups. And it kind of mixes up again, there's a lot more femme representation. Like this is the Magician. You know, so she's holding this like magic. She's holding the magic. And then the Devil. So you have, again, very similar, but yeah, same shape. And that's the Wheel of Fortune. So they're really like, what reductive sounds bad and negative, but it kind of reduces what we're used to seeing, kind of reduces it to its elements. Let me see. Like Justice, kind of reduces it down to that element of the scales and holding the scales. The Hierophant. The Pyramid and the Eye, the all-seeing eye. You know, both symbols of wisdom and knowledge. So I am going to do the one-card readings with the Mystic Mondays deck. And it comes with a really nice kind of thick little white book, even though it's matte black. That was the back. So it's a really nice guidebook, nice glossy pages, nice and easy to read. And they do have, she does do minimalist, absolutely. It sounds better than reductive. So there's a full page for upright and reversed. So this deck, if you are looking to read reversals, this one has that in there. So I'll look at, so the moon. So it'll say the moon represents Pisces. So it has the astrological correspondence. And then it has upright as surreal, subconscious, and shadow self. And inverted or reversed, confusion, mixed signals, or hazy. So if you do want to read with reversals and aren't really sure how that works, this book has full pages for the upright and the reversed. So that has actually helped me out a bit. I don't tend to read with reversals. I just don't. I might at some point in the future, but I don't right now. And that's okay. So if I missed you, please let me know. I've been trying to keep up. If you do want a reading, please comment, #shared if you have not done so already. And we will be doing these readings. So full moon this past weekend was in Capricorn. We also had a penumbral lunar eclipse, which means it's about 30% coverage of the moon. It had a little bit of a red hue, a little bit more covered than in the past. I gotta put my hair up because I am very warm. Joanne, hello. So I am to the point where I'm doing readings. I'm finishing up my deck walkthrough of Mystic Mondays. So if you do want a reading, please comment, please share the broadcast out and comment #shared, and I'll make sure you get a card. Today, the moon is in Aquarius. It's a fairly short stint in Aquarius, only till about 12:30 a.m. And then the moon is going to go void of course for a little bit. So void of course, no, it's void of course, does not have a course. So it just kind of hangs out before it crosses into job prospects. Perfect. Let me just write that down, Kate. So moon is in Aquarius. So all of that letting go and releasing that we did over the weekend, now is like that time to be invigorated about all of the things that you can like put in that place. It's being inspired creatively. And Monday's all about the moon. So your intuition might be a little bit more on point today. All right, Caitlin, you are first. Caitlin, 8 of Pentacles. So 8 of Pentacles is, so the word that kind of came through was due diligence for you, Caitlin, in regards to work and money. So you are doing what you need to do when you need to do it to get everything in place in that material physical realm. And we're going to be going over the 8s in detail next week. So we'll really be going over this card as well. Maybe not in this deck, but we'll be going over 8 of Pentacles. So here, instead of some decks where it shows the figure creating the same thing, just kind of perfecting it, this is more this feels like it's about expression. Capricorn, oh yeah. I get along real well with Capricorn. I'm an Aries. So I like their kind of down to business attitude. So yeah, Caitlin, just really exploring opportunities and doing your due diligence in that kind of material and physical realm. And it's more, this card is definitely more like having fun with it, where some 8 of Pentacles feel like it's a task. This doesn't feel like it's a task. This feels like when you sit down at your easel, you know, whatever that workspace might be, things just kind of flow. All right, Eric, you are next. Eric, 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is victory. So here, you know, we see the figure kind of like, this always reminds me of like a Lady Gaga performance where she's coming down and like riding in on this, like on these wands where she's kind of like sitting in these tubes kind of thing and like reaching for the sun there. That's just what this one reminds me of. But 6 of Wands it's victory. It's feeling like, yeah, it's feeling like you're there. And what I'm kind of feeling is that, you know, and it's that energetic, fiery, what is your sign, Eric? What are you? What are you? I don't think I know your zodiac. Because coupled with some of the energy that's been going on, this can really feel like a turning point for you. Okay, that's kind of that's what I was trying to babble to. It really feels like it's going to be a turning point for you. Aries, perfect. So really kind of harnessing some of that Capricorn energy that just passed, releasing what doesn't serve you, blah, 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 right? Releasing what you're not going to do. Any of those tasks, any of those things that you don't want to do, that you're just not going to do, let them go. Don't put your energy into things that aren't going to get you closer to where you want to be. Okay? Because if you what I'm kind of getting is if you have a lot going on, it's more difficult for you to prioritize, which can feel a little bit frustrating because we're not really sure, like, well, now this isn't what I want to be doing. What do I want to be doing? So kind of prioritizing and really releasing those things that you're not going to do. All right. Margie, you are next. Margie, Seven of Pentacles. So we just talked about this guy. So right now, it really does feel like for you, paying attention to money, paying attention to investments, where you're putting your money, where you're putting your resources, like a very literal interpretation. Let's drop my pen. But that's kind of what's coming through for you. Pay attention to where your money is going, because it might feel like a little bit like you're not really sure. So take a look and see if you have any any subscriptions to anything that just keep recurring and you don't really even realize it. I know I've had that happen. I've had apps for some reason that I forgot and renewed. I had a membership to some like association society that I forgot about. So kind of look at things like that. Like if there's a hole in the bucket, kind of look at that. Okay, that's pretty much. Nope, Erica, if you're watching, I gotcha. Just share the broadcast out, comment, #shared. But yeah, Margie, really take a look at. Yep, I got you, Tina. Margie, do a what's going out and what's coming in list, and really just take a look. Kind of take stock. And if you need more, then that'll become apparent very, very quickly. Okay. I 100% understand, especially like right now, it seems like, and I'm going to be the, complaining that everything seems like every time I buy it, it's more expensive. That's kind of where I'm at with things. But again, do all the things that, call and see if you can get your cable bill lowered, or is there a deal going on, or anything like that. Kind of think outside the box to hold on to more of your money. All right, Sunshine, you are next. Sunshine, Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a wonderful card. And in this deck, it's just gorgeous. So you said you're busy, you're good busy. So you are definitely keeping busy, and it's showing in your, it's almost like you're feeling fulfilled by it. It's a feeling of pride, and not in a bad way, right? Not in a prideful way, but more in a, I've been working really hard and I've been able to accomplish these things. Or, I've really been working on myself and I've been able to accomplish these things. I've been working on communication with my friends and family, and I've been able to really kind of bring us together. So that's the kind of proud that I'm talking about there. And it's just a gorgeous card. Really full of love, and full of all those kind of good feel-good emotions. All right, Brandy, you are next. Brandy, Queen of Pentacles. I find this card very pleasing. Just something about the symmetry, like you can put it down the middle, and all of the cards are like that. But for some reason, this one is just so well balanced and perfect. Awesome. Happy to hear that, Sunshine. Again, Brandy, I love the symmetry of this card. It just feels so balanced. And Queen of Pentacles is all about nurturing. So she's like holding this, like the pentacle. But it's really a ball of like energy, a ball of light. It's warm, inviting, and nurturing. That's really what I get from this card. It really feels cozy. Like you can just kind of like nestle in there. And maybe it's because of the way these are curved. And I just find it very aesthetically pleasing. Again, so that is for Brandy, Queen of Pentacles. Katie, hello. And again, that hair and just, I love it. All right, Carmen, you are next. All right, and Carmen, this kind of popped out right as I started shuffling, so I'm going to go ahead and give you this message. So, Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords can kind of feel like you are trapped. And swords are words, right? Swords are our thoughts, our communication. So it's almost like being kind of trapped by our own thoughts and not really knowing which way to go. She doesn't want to be there, but she can't see her way out. And she's now in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, she is more visibly like restrained, tied up. This, it just kind of looks like she has a scarf draped around her. But she's really feeling like she doesn't know where to go. She's really feeling trapped. She's feeling bound. And she's not sure which way to go and doesn't want to feel her way around. And she's wearing a bathing suit. Maybe she's on the beach. Beach swords? But with that, we do have the water in the Rider-Waite-Smith. So, and the fact that she is wearing a bathing suit kind of really listen to your intuition, and instead of feeling like you are being attacked, really kind of look within and like, where is this all coming from kind of thing. Awesome. Milagros, no, I did not. Couple more and then you, okay? So again, this is for Carmen, the Eight of Swords. KM, you are next, and you wanted to know about a job. So, Kay, you're looking for a new job, correct? And I'm either remembering you or someone else that I had a reading for about work stuff. They kind of get away from me sometimes because they're the moon. Okay. Okay. You're welcome. Unemployed. Okay. So, the moon. So think about it. So, unemployed and getting the moon. So the first thing that comes to mind is, are you using this time where you are not working? Are you using this time to meditate, to look at, where you've been, where you are, where you're going, what you want. Which can be difficult because, being unemployed is freaking stressful, right? But, and yeah, that's kind of exactly why I'm like, the moon. But again, what I'm going to pull from this is take the time that you probably haven't taken for yourself in a while. Take the time to meditate. If you haven't done that in the past, we're always too busy, right? So maybe take that time and get in touch with that kind of shadow side. And really kind of dig deep with that. Right. And I hope it's not one of those things where the universe is kind of being a jerk about it and being like, well, you're not ready to go back to work yet. And you're like, well, my car payment certainly seems to think I should go back to work. Where it's like you kind of have these needs and the universe is like, just meditate. Just look at the moon. And you're like, a bitch gotta eat, right? So it's kind of, right, that's what I mean. So it feels like it's kind of one of those things where the universe is like, yeah, but you're not quite ready yet. And you're like, trying to like make and force it to happen. Kind of like those when, you want a relationship and the universe is like, no, just be single for a little bit longer. And you're like, So how can you kind of like resolve that with the universe? Howl at the moon? I know. And that's, I know, okay, and that's kind of like what I'm getting at. Like, it feels like that like clash of you're ready, and it's like, well, the moon. So keep going, keep doing all the things, keep doing the mundane things, looking, getting your resume out, reviewing your resume, keep doing all of that, and really manifest, really put into motion what you want. And maybe you evaluate that, because maybe the universe doesn't think, maybe you don't actually need what you want. You understand. Okay. Nina, 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is very fast action. Oh my gosh. Kate, your moon is Pisces. Go hug your dog. Yeah. You'll get there. Just hug your dog. Nina, so for you, you have that fast action. All of the wands all at once coming at you. So Nina, all of these things feel like they're happening at once. And you can't quite catch your breath between all of these things that are coming at you. And again, next week, we will be going over all of the 8s. So we'll be going over this in detail. So, Nina, get ready. Things are going to be changing and things are going to be moving very quickly for you. All right. So, Walter, you are next. And your question was, will you sell your business this year? So I'm going to pull a card, and the interpretation will be with that in mind. Princess of Pentacles. So I feel that not only will you be selling it, it's going to go to someone that's really kind of like fresh and new in the business, and really have a different take on it, which will allow you to take on something new as well. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Nina. that Eight of Wands energy can kind of make you feel a little bit like your head's not on straight. Do some grounding exercises, work with some hematite or black tourmaline and kind of like try to anchor yourself. But yeah, there's a lot going on. So Walter, again, Princess of Pentacles. So I do feel that you are going to sell your business, and it's going to free up your time to take on new ventures and do new stuff yourself. All right, Adrian, you are next. Hi, Debbie. So all I ask is that you do share the broadcast out, so you can share it to your page, any group you're a part of that it's okay in. Share the broadcast out. Comment hashtag shared, and I'll get you a card, okay? Financial situation. Okay, Adrian. Ace of Swords. Yep, Erica, I gotcha. Yeah. Ace of Swords for Adrian. It's all about being straightforward, truth and honor. Right now, whatever you feel like that you're holding back, stop holding back and really go for it. Okay. Say what you mean, say what you feel, put that forward, put your truth out there. Okay. And that is for Adrian. Feels very straightforward for you with this. Don't hold back. Don't try to phrase something so that it's going to be easier for someone else to hear. That's called kneecapping your sentences. Don't kneecap your sentences. So that is, well, I sort of feel this, or I kind of feel this, or it's just that, it's anything like that. That's called kneecapping your sentences. And what it does is it takes away the urgency. It's something that I've noticed, especially women doing, especially in like work situations. As per our previous email, kind of thing. So don't kneecap your sentences. I was wondering if you could just blank. No. I need you to blank. Hear the difference? And it reads different too. All right, Milagros, your current situation. Two of Wands. So Two of Wands, Milagros, is all about looking at the path in front of you. It's looking at which way do I go? And this one, it looks like it's kind of going, it looks like it's a slide. It looks like those slides, like when you're a kid at the fair, they were always like blazingly hot and you had to ride down on them in like a burlap, like piece of cloth or a pillowcase or something. It looks like that. So your decision is, do I stay up here and look and watch, or do I go down the slide myself? So it's kind of that energy. You can see the path in front of you, and you can decide whether or not you want to take it. Because twos are all about that duality. Twos are all about that this or that. It's really black and white. So if your current situation is, that something about a decision, really take a look at it from, let's take a look at it from the macro. So take a look at it from above. And then take a look at it from the bottom up. and kind of get those two different perspectives, okay? Do that before you make your decision. And that is for Milagros. Brianna, you are next. Does that resonate, Milagros? All right, Brianna, Seven of Swords. So we talked about this a little bit earlier. So Seven of Swords, right now what I'm getting for you. So about that truth and honor that, that just came up with the ace. Are you being truthful to yourself? Like, is there something that you're kind of trying to think around? Yeah, Milagros, you're welcome. Are you trying to think around something? Are you trying to convince yourself that this way might be better because it would be easier? But is that denying your truth? Okay. So that's kind of what I'm getting for you. All right. And Linda, you are next. All right. And I do want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. Liz Whitaker of Divination Station here on Three of Cups Divine Arts. Make sure you do catch Bridget Holbert on Saturdays. She does Mythic Journeys, and she has been having some amazing discussions. Last one was Modern Witchcraft. I've watched most of them. She's also talked about the roots of witchcraft and Wicca, and the conversations go amazing places. So definitely check her out. You can go to the Three of Cups page and check out the events. Not yet, Erica. You are coming up in just a couple. Linda is next. Linda, Seven of Swords. So again, I say, like, you kind of saw me shuffling there. Linda, Seven of Swords for you feels a little bit more that outside of the norm, okay? So for you, it's feeling like you are trying to kind of break away from all of those norms and those expectations that have been put on you. So it has more of that lone wolf feel is kind of what's coming down. Not like you're going to, kind of, cut off all your friends or anything like that, but it's more of a, I'm going to do my own thing kind of vibe. You're going to do your own thing. People aren't going to quite understand it, but you're going to understand it. So it's kind of about doing your own thing. Tina Santangelo, you are next. Three of Cups. Tina Santangelo, Three of Cups. So Three of Cups is all about celebration. Cups are emotions. It's our feelings. It's about getting together with people, sharing a drink, sharing a laugh, and really celebrating what brings us together. Okay, so that's... Oh, actually, I already pulled the card for you, Tina. It was Three of Cups. So as far as, do I think you're going to get the job? Also, I would say skip vacation. I'm just going to say skip it, because if you got to ask, yeah. So Three of Cups is about celebrating with friends. So if you can do that and, here, distance, masked, and be safe about it, then I would say maybe have a little like mini gathering instead of kind of going on a vacation. And as far as a job, I had already pulled this. I would say we'll go ahead and I'll get my pendulum out since we're here, and I only have a few more left. So generally, if it goes in the circle, it's going to be yes. If it's going to be back and forth, it's going to be no. Okay. So will Tina get the job she wants? Okay, it does say yes. Will it be soon? Not quite as sure about the soon part. So it feels like it's going to be, you will, but it's not going to be right off the bat. It feels like you're going to get it, but you're not going to get it when you want it. So it might be a little bit longer. It might take a little bit longer than you want or that you're anticipating for everything to kind of go through. Okay. All right, Erica, you are next. And then Katie and Debbie. Erica, 6 of Cups. So 6 of Cups has that kind of childhood nostalgia feeling. And I think this is one of the few minor cards that I pulled for you. Tina, you're welcome. But it does feel like, it really feels like if you can't go on vacation or you can't do the thing this year, kind of looking back on the times that you have had, and not in a way where you're like, oh, I can't do it this year. But I'm really seeing like beachy vibes and like drinks, and that's definitely from that. But it's also, making the best of what the situation is now. And instead of like looking back and saying, oh, I can't do that, be like, oh, remember all the fun we had? We're going to do that again. So that kind of idea. Okay. And Katie, you are next. Katie and Debbie, and then I'm going to wrap it up for the night. Katie, King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is the energy of having it all together. Kind of the whole package. Kind of having the, he's worked for his space, his stuff. He likes nice things. So it's that, definitely that energy of kind of being in charge, being. Actually, my list is closed. I'm only doing a couple more readings, and then I'm going to be done for the night. Okay. But you can watch next Monday at 8. Actually, let me. Okay, so Katie, King of Pentacles. Really that, like I said, that energy of having what you want in its own place and being able to enjoy it. All right, and Debbie Cole, you're asking if your financial situation will improve. Two of Cups. So Two of Cups, this is for Debbie. Two of Cups is a partnership. It is a positive sign, but I'm going to say, do you have someone helping you out? Like, do you have a partner, a roommate, someone that you can share financial burden with? It kind of has that feeling of sharing and happily sharing. And again, twos are that binary. Twos are that kind of this or that kind of idea. And Two of Cups is about that partnership where you have each other's back. Okay, so spouse. Okay, so it is a good indication that it will. Just make sure you are, open and communicative and everything like that with your partner or your spouse. Okay, Two of Cups is all about sharing and that true partnership. Okay. All right, and I do want to thank you for joining me on Three of Cups Divine Arts. If you have not yet liked the Three of Cups Divine Arts page, I do invite you to do so. And sharing the broadcast out again helps us get our reach. Yeah, you're welcome. You can also like my my tarot page, my business page is Divination Station. All of my lives get shared there, as well as if you are looking to book an appointment with me, you can do that through my page. You can also leave me a review on there if you like what you hear. I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And definitely make sure you tune in next week when we talk about the eights. Walter, hi. I did pull your card. I did your reading. I would say if you go back about 20-ish minutes, I pulled Princess of Pentacles for you. Okay? So if you want to go back and watch the replay, you can catch your card. If you have any questions, you can always comment or contact me through Divination Station. Okay? All right. Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.